Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the erasure from canon of Star Trek Discovery, a series that never really made sense to begin with, as we boldly go forward to more Star Trek crap coming out. Yep, Star Trek Discovery has officially been erased from canon, and they used the last episode of Lower Decks to do so. Probably wondering what that is all about. There is a long, complicated explanation in regards to what, to save time, and because everybody pretty much wants to erase Star Trek Discovery from their minds, I'm going to keep it brief and go through that. But let's go through this article here from Cosmic Book News. Star Trek Discovery officially erased from canon. Now, I've said this before, I'll say it again. I liked the idea of Michael Burnham. I did not like the execution of her. I have no problem with a female Star Trek captain. None. No problem with that at all. Once the character is done well. She was not done well at all. They literally tried every season to push this woman on like she's the most important thing possible. And it never worked out. They would take characters that you had actually kind of built up and then act like they were supposed to play second fiddle to these characters who came out of nowhere. And it just was not working. No matter what you tried to do, this series just did not pan out well at all. Fans can kiss Star Trek Discovery goodbye, as not only has the series been cancelled, but it's learned the show has officially been erased from canon. Yes! Paramount has used the final episode of Star Trek Lower Decks to make things right, which sees it confirmed that Star Trek Discovery takes place in an alternate universe separate from the main Star Trek Prime timeline and universe. We get word about the erasure from Giant Freaking Robot. The site goes over the details from the last episode of Star Trek Lower Decks, as that series too has been cancelled. Remember how I talked about it's a long, complicated explanation? It basically revolves around the Klingons. And the fact that these Klingons in Star Trek Discovery didn't look anything like the Klingons that we know. Now, when it comes to the Klingons, I think there's this whole backstory involving the Klingons and stuff, and then this whole thing about how there was this disease that affected them, and Dr. Flux found something, and some of them had lost their head ridges. It's a whole thing involved with certain things in the aspect of that. Plus, there was some other things involving the Klingon and stuff like that. But it's a long thing. I'm not going to go through all of that right now. I'm just going to stick with it as to what exactly transpired to show that this ends up explaining that Star Trek Discovery does not belong to the main canon because they cancel Star Trek Discovery. And the thing about it is that when that came back, I don't even think anybody really knew it came back. Nobody was talking about it. They canceled it. I never watched the last season of it because I just couldn't take that crap anymore. It just became so bad. It was just unbelievable. So long story short, the first couple of seasons of Discovery took place in the past, but for whatever reason, the series drastically changed the look of the Klingons because once again, some nitwit came in and figured, you know what, I could change this to be what I want it to be rather than stick with what's there and build great stories off of it. Like they say, evil can't create, it has to destroy, and that's what they keep doing. Right, Giant Freaking Robot says that following fan backlash, Paramount quickly realized they screwed things up and then came up with the idea to send Discovery into the far future for its 2 final seasons where it could no longer do any damage. The problem, when they sent it into the future, was it for its 2 final seasons or was it 3? I don't even bloody know. The problem with them sending it into the future is that what they do with everything that they create now is exactly what they did with Star Trek Discovery, because when they went into the future, rather than you find a future where the Federation has blossomed and grown and everything like that, because that was the whole point of Star Trek, that that this whole utopian type galactic federation was there, and that the whole thing was to explore new worlds, meet new life forms, grow the federation. That was the whole point of it. No, they decided let's go into the future, and then the federation has been gone. It's just pretty much gone. Earth has become isolationist weirdos, and the whole thing is that there was this something happened that caused all the dilithium crystals to explode. They call it the burn, and the story would have been good. Like I said before, had they actually put like some group or some evil entity wanted to cripple the Federation, and that's what they did. That could have worked. No, there'll be some weird man, baby, you got exposed to something and some freak out, and that was it. It's absolutely ridiculous. And every season this kept getting worse and worse. In the last episode of Lower Decks, what happens is that a group of Klingons encounter a rift that completely transforms matter into alternate reality versions of themselves from the multiverse. Because yes, the multiverse ruins everything, so let's keep using it non-stop. Well, those Klingons get turned into the Discovery Klingons. So those are possibilities from the multiverse. You can watch they talk about it, and when the Klingons are them, because this is them here. This is the Klingons that we all know. This is what they look like here. But when you see it now, they get in another multiverse rift, and they turn into the Klingons that that are in Star Trek Discovery. Understand me? This is what's going on. So the episode clearly states the prime timeline Klingons get remapped into possibilities from the multiverse. They get remapped into the Discovery Klingons. So the Discovery Klingons are from the multiverse. Ergo, Discovery is from the multiverse. There's zero confusion. So Star Trek Discovery, like I said, started off visually really appealing, had some nice visuals about it, but they quickly screwed it up. And now, the simplest thing for them to do is just go out and say, you know what? It actually wasn't part of this universe, it was part of the multiverse. So, okay, that is just fine. They had to worry about nothing. It wasn't good, and this is what you did. This is the problem that you did. So these here are the Discovery version of the Klingons. And the fact that they're going through this alternate time reality thing that's showing them shows that Star Trek Discovery does not exist in the main timeline. They tried to do that. They tried to make it like, yes, it exists in the main timeline, and nobody was buying it. And when fans just walked away, that's what you're getting. As fans in the comments on the video note, it also isn't the first time Paramount has used Lower Decks to repair continuity, as the show fixed the 50 plus year continuity of Blue Orion's Discovery, and all of the Kurtzman verse itself is obviously a different reality. There's no way that nonsense takes place in the prime Star Trek universe. As pointed out by Giant Freaking Robots, Lower Decks is 100% Star Trek canon and exists in the prime timeline. What they mentioned is that Strange New World also uses the regular look of the Klingon, so that show remains canon until they decide to screw it up so bad they're gonna have to put that in the multiverse as well. Because actually, Strange New World should not be in the canon, because that is also connected to Discovery, and the whole thing that they did with Captain Pike, when they showed him his future when he's going to be sci-fi, was absolute nonsense. He should never have known that. So yeah, Strange New World should not be a part of the main Star Trek timeline either. What were they gonna do? So yeah, this is it here. This is the unit here again. This is the Klingons that we know transformed into the Discovery Klingons. With Discovery and Lower Decks cancelled and Picard finished, Paramount's plans include the release of the Star Trek Section 31 streaming film starring Michelle Yeoh on January 24th. Yeah, we'll check that out when I get chance. As Section 31 is a spin-off from Discovery and Yeoh's character is from an alternate universe, it seems likely that Section 31 isn't canon as well. Yeah. In the movie, Yeoh reprises a fan favorite role as Emperor Philippa Georgiou. Fan favorite is a big stretch. A character she played in Star Trek Discovery who joins the secret division of Starfleet tasked with protecting the United Federation of Planets. She also must face the sins of her past. Yeah, because when you have a top secret organization tasked with defending the Federation and all of that, the best thing to do is meet in a nightclub setting with vibrant clothes and makeup and all kind of thing and make spectacles of yourselves. That's how you do it. That's how you do it, because you all want to ruin Section 31 the same way you've ruined everything else. The Starfleet Academy series is also in development. Paramount recently announced the show will be getting 2 seasons. Starfleet Academy doesn't have a release date as of yet, but it's thought to be premiering in 2025 or 2026. Produced by CBS Studios, Star Trek Starfleet Academy will follow the adventures of a new class of Starfleet cadet as they come of age in one of the most legendary places in the galaxy. The series will introduce viewers to this young group of cadets as they come together to pursue a common dream of hope and optimism. Under the watchful and demanding eyes of their instructors, they will discover what it takes to become Starfleet officers as they navigate blossoming friendships, explosive rivalries, first loves, and a new enemy that threatens both the Academy and the Federation itself. Can't wait to see how they screw that up. Star Trek Strange New Worlds also returning with Season 3 in 2025 and has been renewed for Season 4. It's based on the years Captain Christopher Pike manned the helm of the USS Enterprise. The series follows Captain Pike, Science Officer Spock, number 1, and the crew of the USS Enterprise in the years before Captain Kirk boarded the starship as they explore new worlds around the galaxy. And like I've said before, Star Trek Strange New Worlds is not canon anymore because of its connection to Discovery. It cannot be canon. So how much you try to put that off? On the movie side of things, there was talk earlier in the year that Simon Kinberg would be developing a Star Trek prequel film. However, recently saw the news that the development is Star Trek trilogy and Lucasfilm and Disney. Nobody cares. It has also been said Andor's Toby Haynes is supposed to direct Star Trek 4, which would see the Abrams cast returning, including Chris Pine. Seth Grahame-Smith is said to be writing the script. So yeah, maybe that might be worth checking out or something like that. But bottom line, Star Trek Discovery is no longer canon. We wasted everyone's time for, I don't know, it was like 5 seasons or something. So, and you thought you could get away with doing this nonsense, but like I said, this always comes to pass. Because I've asked this question before: has anything that has ever been DIified ever actually been successful? No. These things never work, because rather than you stick to these stories and telling great stories and making fantastic new series, no, you want to push your crap, and when the fans push back, your only choice now is to use Lower Decks to say, you know what, this was never actually canon, so only don't worry about it now. You understand me? Just relax, don't worry about it. Well, that didn't work out for them. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you're liking me, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell to be notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. It's no longer canon, baby. Take care.